But that water's cold. This here's the old hemlock grove where I did my solo overnighter with no gear. And there's the damn log that I used as a pillow. It's the best pillow in the world. AC, thanks for stopping by. I'm actually just hiking along the creek here, heading back towards my base camp. Got some chores to do. It feels like spring out here today, and I wanted to get out here and do some of the winter prep on the shelter where I had a nice day to do it. I got out here a couple hours ago, but I got hung up with a couple of deer further back up in the woods. Sat down with them for about a half an hour before making the drop down in here. So whoever is in the room, if you could please tweet this out, share it on Facebook, let everybody know that we're live, I would appreciate it. Bring some of your friends in here so you can talk to them, you don't have to listen to my ass. And it'll be worth the view. You don't see live streams like this too much, do you? I'm gonna give away some of the secrets on how I do this here in a little bit. Check this out. How's that for a pretty picture? Not too shabby. Back in the Emerald Forest, that Whispering Woods down there was a little disappointing, so we came back home. It's a long way down there into that river. I head up on the camp here, get settled in. Got some new toys to show you all. Here's a second overlook of the creek. Hey Joy, nice to see you, sweetheart. Not really exploring today, we're actually heading home. We got work to do. Almost there. So in my previous live streams, had an issue where I would stream for so damn long while I was out here that the iPhone battery would go dead and we'd lose the feed, sometimes with me talking mid-sentence. Well, I got me a little trick that's gonna fix that. I'm gonna show you once we get up here. Been a little over a week now since I've been back here to the camp. Sure, we got some patchwork to do, but she's still holding up like a tank. Low maintenance. That's what I love about this thing. Handful of patch and you're good to go. Oh, my bones fell down. Gonna have to string my bones back up. That's probably from the rain we had and the type of line that I got on there. I'll tie those off with paracord a little bit later. Shoulder's looking pretty good though. We're still dry on the inside. The bed's still looking good. Windshield's looking all right. All right, guys, let me just drop the pack here. Oh, we'll get you set up on the tripod. We'll have us a sit down. That hike in kind of made me thirsty. So I'm out here today to film next Friday's episode. We're gonna do a couple tricks there to that shelter you don't see done too often. And we're gonna give away some secrets on how I'm doing these live streams from 3 miles deep into the woods without a cell phone tower close to me. We're gonna get into all that in a minute. Right now it's just not settling in. Look around here. Make sure I get you guys in a spot where the sun glare is not gonna get you too much. Ooh, how's everybody doing out there today? I got 7 people in here and I don't even know who's here because you know me, I don't pay attention to the damn chat window. Try not to fall. Still have good weather. We have, damn, it feels like it's in the 60s today. It feels like spring out here, not December weather, you know what I mean? We just came off of a good snowstorm that actually stuck and some freezing temperatures. And here we are in weather like this. Everybody's going to get the flu from the temperatures going up and down like that. They're going to be out here thinking that it's a good idea. They're going to come out and get wet and then they're going to go home and get sick. But here's some reality on that kind of thing. It's not the weather that makes you sick. And in the wintertime, everybody thinks it's the cold weather that gets them sick. What gets them sick is they lock up their houses. They don't get any fresh air in their house. It's your house that's making you sick, not the weather outside. So not getting any fresh air in there is what's causing you to get the flu and the cold and all of that stuff. It's not because you went out in the snow. And anybody that tells you that is a retard. It's because you spend so much time inside stagnant air, not getting fresh air, not getting outside. That's what makes you sick. So everybody who's about to get the cold and the flu and the pneumonia and all that shit, and they say, oh, I went outside and I got sick. No, you didn't. You got sick sitting on your bed watching Netflix. Going outside was actually healing you. You got fresh air. And in the wintertime, that air's a lot thinner. And it's a lot cleaner than it is with all the summer humidity that holds all of the pollutants in the air. So if you get outside and get you some cold, fresh winter air, you'll feel a lot better about yourself than you will if you're just sitting in that house all cuddled up under your whoopee, wondering why you can't get over the flu. So, class dismissed on the medical side. That's it. I just got here, guys. I'm just trying to settle in to the old, hey, Godspeed. Nice to see you. Just trying to settle in here. I had a bit of a hike this morning, as I was saying earlier in the stream. I ran into the Huntsman buck and his boy up on the south end of the woods. I went up there to swap out the trail cam memory card, and I'll be damned if I don't have another full memory card to bring home to you guys today. But as I was switching out the trail cam memory card, I run into a third buck up there. Here it is, mid-hunting season. I'm surrounded by bucks and I ain't out hunting. So I'm gonna be filming a get done running my mouth off to you guys for a little bit. What I'm gonna do is set you off in the background while I get some of these camp chores done. the live stream is going to continue without me talking to you guys, and the reason it's going to do that is because I'm going to be testing out this bad boy right here. We're going to get to a little bit more of that in a minute. And I also have another charging pack for the iPhone. So we're going to plug that iPhone into the charger and be able to stream 4 times more or 4 times longer than we normally stream. That sound good to you guys? So like I said, I'm just going to be setting the cam up, the iPhone up, with the charger over yonder somewhere. And I'll keep the live stream running while I'm doing some of my camp chores, and then whenever I stop to take a break, I can come over and talk to you guys. Sound cool? Alright, so the live stream's going to go on for a while. If anybody has anything to do, or, you know, anything like that, you can always come back later. I do appreciate everybody that stops by to the live streams, and we hope you have a good time. So the total pack, this thing here, the thing that I'm going to be reviewing today and probably through the next week, this little thing is a full-size backpack that folds down to the size of a canteen, as you can see, and it has a USB charger port built right into it. This is a 35-liter pack, and it only weighs 11 ounces whenever it's folded up like this. My goal is to take everything that I carry in a pack like this, which is your standard out. That's what I'll be testing out, is this product right here. Like I said, it's got the USB charger port in it, so for backwoods live streaming, this is the backpack to get, and it's really fucking cheap too. It's made out of ripstop nylon, which looks pretty heavy duty. It's almost got like a diamond weave to it, from what I could tell. I haven't even opened this thing up yet. This is my first time out with it. So this is my first time opening the new backpack at all. We do have metal instead of plastic zippers on there, which is a good deal, and these are no catch zippers as far as I can tell. They don't have any of that kind of flap that goes over the zipper part, you know, that sometimes gets caught up. As far as I know, this thing's got 11 different pockets in it, and the bearing straps will hold up to 200 pounds. So if we take this thing out for the very first time, I wanted to take it out for the first time on a live stream, that way if I'm disappointed, it's all caught live. So your bearing straps here, those will hold 200 pounds. Like I said, you got 11 different pouches in here. You got water bottle pockets on each side. A lot of hidden compartments. You do have a zipper compartment on the inside of that front pouch. The charger port, your phone charger port, is sewn right into the side of the backpack. So if you have your phone down on your, you know, clipped on your belt clip or something like that, you can just plug it in right there and run that right down to your belt and charge it as you're hiking. So that is a pretty good deal, and that is the feature that really hooked me on this thing as far as bringing it out for live streaming in the backwoods. Like I said, you got your charger port right there, and then the cord comes out on the inside, as you can see right there. Comes out and then just charges into your portable charger right on the inside of the backpack, so you don't even have to worry about that getting wet. It's got a waterproof liner on the inside. You just chuck your charger on the inside, and you can plug your iPhone or whatever kind of phone you use in on the outside of the pack. You don't have to shuffle through your pack to find your charger. Cool deal, right? Do have a sleeve in the back. That's probably where I would carry my axe, my saw, my backup knife. I have a loop in the front, axe loop in the front of the back of the pack, so could carry it up there too. Yeah, this is not a bad deal. So, like I said, this thing weighs 11 ounces. It's a 35-liter backpack that folds down to the size of a canteen, a small canteen. Ripstop nylon. It's got the axe holder in the front. USB charger port for your phone or your camera or whatever you're using. 11 different pouches, water bottles, pouches on both sides. And then you just fold the damn thing right back up and, you know, get it back down to canteen size, which is a trick that I'm going to have to learn. But this is a pretty awesome backpack. And this pack is only like 23 bucks. So, you know, USB charger port sewn at end of the thing, 2 water bottle holders, the axe holder in the front. You really can't beat this deal. Less than $25 actually. So I wanted to be doing an actual video review. I wanted to get something up on the live stream as far as opening it up for the first time on the live stream. If you're interested in this backpack, I will put up unsponsored Huntsman's review of the gear. Nobody paid me to come out here and test this thing out. What inspired me to get this was I'm always out here in the woods live streaming, and I either lose my signal or I lose my battery. So I can't do much about losing the signal. I actually use a booster to get the signal through to you guys. But as far as recharging my battery, hey, take it easy, Joy. As far as recharging my battery, this pack was the first option that I seen, and it just had a lot of features to it that I like. So we're going to do a video, unsponsored video review of that. And if you guys like that backpack or want to get your hands on one of them, I will leave a link down in the description of this video and a link down in the description of the review video. So, $2 for a backpack, it's better than going out there spending, you know, got some tinkering to do here at the shelter. We did run into but we got a long way to go. Sorry about that, guy. My phone was saying that the YouTube app crashed. So that's what happened there. That wasn't my fault, that was YouTube's fault. Oh man, I look all bleached out over here. I have to get you to the sun. Let's move on over to the log. Hey, serving from my home. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you for stopping by. We're just settling in the camp here, trying to get motivated to get some work done today while it's nice outside. Motivation. So today I'm going to be putting a door up on the wiki up, and I want to put a door up on the wiki up that actually raises up into a front porch. That's what I'm going to try to do anyway. Got to get the door on there though while it's still nice outside. Put all that work in there, and then you get a draft right through that big ass fucking hole that I have as a front door. Can't have that. 1 second, guys, I'll be right back. Woo. So, well, I got a second. Who's my 4 people that I still have in here? I just seen serving from my home. Appreciate you stopping by. Who else is here? Godspeed still hanging out with me. I got to find me some framework to get that front porch of mine done. Turn this around here. I think I'm going to leave you guys sitting back here a ways, you know, where I can get some work done, and we're going to leave this streaming for a bit. And then whenever my iPhone battery gets a little low, what I'll be doing is trying that backpack USB charger out, and we're going to test that thing out that way. We're out here live streaming, so we can test out a backpack that was supposed to help us out live streaming. So I'm going to go ahead and get some framework done for my front porch, get that door put on. Like I said, I want a door that raises up into a front porch. So I'm going to get to work on that. And you guys can just hang out here and chill. I will stop back and check out the chat window every once in a while. If you can, please tweet this out and send it on over to Facebook or wherever else you guys share your stuff at. Tell your friends to come on in here and have a beer with me. I'd appreciate it. The live stream will go on for a while this afternoon. You might even see me leave the live stream going while I'm filming this week's episode, so you guys will get kind of like a on-set perspective of filming an episode here at the camp. And then we're going to try out that backpack charging port to see if it actually works. If it doesn't work, we're going to catch that right here live, that don't buy this backpack because it don't work. But I got a lot of work to do and a lot of beer to drink, so I'm going to get to it. You guys hang out. I will try to change the view so you guys can see some different areas of the camp, and might even take you over so you have a scenic view while you're in the chat talking. Make sure you like and subscribe to each other's shit. Support each other while you're here. Have a good time in the chat. Don't be afraid to share links or anything like that. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and have at it. I'm going to go ahead and get to work. Got my GoPro rig with me here today. I'm actually going to be strapping this up to a tree. I'll shimmy up tree a ways and get it up pretty high, and then strap it to the tree, and then I'll film like an aerial perspective, you know, how we did it before they came out with drones of the camp while I'm out here filming the episode. So this is going to be going up here fairly shortly. Here you go, gotta show you this real quick. Euro 5 session, pretty good, huh? This is how I did the old GoPro rig. Just set it up there like a fucking security camera, and then whenever I get done with the live stream, I can always turn the GoPro on and it'll film me from up there instead of, you know, filming from down here, so we get all sorts of perspective. Bigfoot lives here. Lives where? Here? Yeah. Me and him actually get along pretty well. All I've done so far is get the damn camera mounted. I'm just sort of scouting around. I got my wood pile over there that I've been cutting down. I think I might have to get my framing in a bit. Hey, if you guys hang around long enough, you might be able to see Huntsman do some motherfucking wood processing out here like it's a goddamn bushcrafting video. Hold on, let me get my saw. We'll cut something up. One thing that you gotta love about TA Outdoors, anybody that goes over and watches TA Outdoors is gonna get 20 minutes to a half an hour of nothing but fucking wood processing at the beginning of the video. I'm not gonna go that long with it. I just need a frame. Alright, here we go. The bushcrafting shit right now. Sawing a piece of fucking wood live. Holy shit. You know, there are guys out there that spend 10 minutes of video editing, going back through their footage and shit like that, getting that cut by 4 different angles just to show you guys a video. We're not doing that. I'm in a hurry. I got shit to do. There's one. There's 2. This ain't no arrogant little silky saw either. This is like $1.50. Oddly enough, I've been using the same damn cheap ass saw for about 4 years now. Alright, there's 2. There you go. Now we're cooking. I think I might be able to get both other pieces that I need out of this one. I do want some weight to it, but that top beam don't have to be near as heavy as the bottom. Shiny. Well, a little heavier. Not quite as wide. Whew, cutting up 4 pieces of fucking wood made me thirsty. Okay, for those of you who just tuned in, all I'm doing right now is cutting out the frame for my door. I'll be putting on there on the wiki up. I'm gonna string it up to where it's like a garage door. It lifts up and then drops back down, lifts up. whenever I got it up, I can have it propped up like with the Y stick, use it as a front porch. Whenever it gets cold outside, just drop it right down. That's what I'm doing today. So just 4 sticks to that I'll tie together with paracord, and then I'll start latching it out and filling it all in with some bows, and I'll show you guys how, you know, just a standard weave to get that thing closed in, just where I have windbreak on that front door. I don't think I want the door as heavy as the rest of the shelter, because the rest of the shelter weighs a shit ton. I just need it to be able to block the wind, the snow, the rain, shit like that. I don't need it 12 inches thick like the rest of the shelter. There'd be my 2-top. Easy peasy shit. Look at that right out here. There's them bitch tied up. More beer. Oh, came prepared. What? What? Another thing that I do pretty often is I never use my good bushcrafting knife whenever I'm just doing arts and crafts day. What I'm doing here is just arts and crafts shit. I never use my actual bushcrafting knife for this kind of thing. I save it for real purposes. Today I'm just using a cheap ass little Gerber knife. I've actually had this knife for a while. It's held its edge. It throws a good spark, and it's good for doing craft stuff out here, because I really don't give a shit if I beat this thing up. But you are not going to see me using my one-of-a-kind handmade bushcraft knife to be doing a lot of hacking and shit like that. I save that for serious purposes, not just out here playing around. This thing works pretty good though, and it'll serve the purpose for today. that I want it. Looks pretty good. Put the last log down at the bottom, and we are good to go. We start latching it up. I'm gonna have a little bit heavier cord on the bottom of this thing just because, I don't know if you heard me there. I have a little bit heavier cordage on the bottom of the thing just because it's gonna be dragging on the ground, so. Yeah. With that, I got one person stuck here with me so far. One of you. Masochistic son of a bitch. So, I got my frame up there, and I don't need to use paracord to lash it out with. What I'm going to be using is poly twine. I just need to weave it out in the center of the frame, you know, go across and then vertical. That way I have something to weave the twigs and branches through to help secure them. Like I said, I really don't need anything heavy to do that. I might take a small branch and run a cross beam through it. We'll see how the stability is after we get it put together. So who do I got with me now? Two of you. I'm surprised two of you still here. Like I said, I'm just keeping the stream running. I'm gonna keep the stream running until my iPhone gets down to about 20%. Then I got a new backpack that I'm gonna be plugging into the iPhone, and the backpack is supposed to charge the phone. So hopefully, if the backpack works, what you'll see is just me tinkering around the camp as I'm testing out this new piece of gear. The backpack is designed to charge your phone while you're out in the wilderness, so it's got a waterproof casing on the inside. The charger cord is stitched right into it, and you just plug your phone into a port on the outside of the pack. The battery's on the inside of the pack. You don't have to shuffle around through your gear trying to find your charger. So I'm trying to run my iPhone battery down here on a live stream. We'll plug that thing in and see if it actually works, and we'll do that all here live. Yeah, the beer's not getting too warm too fast, and even if it does, I'll just take it down there and throw it in the creek. That creek is ice cold. I actually do that whenever I'm out fishing. If I'm out fishing and I got beer with me, I'll take and put like a ring of rocks in the creek, and then put my beer down in the ring of rocks so they don't get washed out or anything like that, and the beer stays cold. Alright, so like I said, I'm not going to lash this expensive ass cordage. I just got me $1 roll of poly cord that I can run the weave out in this with and not have to worry about it too much. And this is just something to weave limbs into, so this is just to anchor the limbs to the frame. Really, I didn't need nothing fancy. Just regular old poly. And then we'll just string this shit up and see where it gets us. Might go ahead and use a whole damn spool. I don't see why not, because I don't like this shit for real. But if it's for an arts and crafts project, it's all right. But you don't want to build a shelter out of this thing. This is just for framing in the front door. I actually use paracord to do the shit cut open. I think I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. This thing all tied together here. I do want this poly twine kind of taut because it's going to stretch, and you know, weather has a funny effect on this shit. It's junk, really. It's good for an emergency situation, but you don't really want to build with it. But I'll show you here in a sec all I'm intending to do. Once I get it started good. I hope if I was up against a bigger tree, or even laid down against my work log over there, that might help. So here all I'm doing, I'll show you guys real quick, is just going side to side. Boom, 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 zigzag it all the way up. Now I'll tie it off here, zigzag it all the way down. And that gives me that kind of netting to work the limbs into. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy about it at all. Like I said, I do want this kind of taut, because it's got to be able to hold the limbs firm, and it's going to stretch. Freeze and thaw and weather has a really huge impact on this kind of cordage. But once I get it together and the limbs are actually woven in there, and the limbs are woven into each other, this is just sort of there to hold them all in place until I can get them woven together, and then from there on out they'll just support themselves. And then, you know, come back in a week or two and see how well this thing held up. I never really put a door on before. Most of the time you just hang a piece of cloth over, a heavy piece of cloth or a blanket or something like that over the front of your wiki up, and you're good to go. This is the first time that I've ever made a door frame and wanted that kind of front porch thing where I can I'll have this tied right onto the side of the wiki up, and then I can just lift it up and lower it down as I go. Wind's picking up a little bit, which is good. It'll dry some of these leaves out. I need these leaves to keep adding to the debris of the shelter. I think this thing would be getting more stable the further up I went, but the more I go up, the more it's twisting. It's because of me pulling back and forth on each side. Build a better mousetrap. I won't have to have the vertical lines as thick as the horizontal ones. The horizontal ones are to catch or to weave the main branches into this door frame, and that'll be our primary bit of stability. The horizontal is just there to kind of, or the vertical is just there to stop the wind from blowing it through. Whoa! It's getting a little wobbly the higher I get to the top. Let's, I think I can do it from down here just fine. This stuff will actually offer very little stability to the frame itself, but it will give me something to keep the bows up while I get them woven together. That's pretty much the only purpose of this stuff here. So there you can see the horizontal lines. Like I said, those are just to hold the, pretty much hold the limbs on there as I'm weaving them together. So now just go ahead and do a couple of lines going down. A little more stability. And this thing will be good to go as far as getting the limbs woven into the center of it. That's what's going to give us most of the stability for the thing. I should just do that. Everything to tie it off with. Maybe we're good on that part. There's out of the way. Good deal. Now all we gotta do is round up some bows and get them some bitches woven into that thing. And we'll go from there. Who's still with me? I got one of you. Is that you, Gotcha people? No, hang around here so you can see this. Oh, that damn starburst, man. There we go. As you can see, nothing fancy about that. And this is just to hold the limbs up as I'm weaving them in there. It just makes things easier. Cool. So it's an extra step. It does give you a little bit of wind resistance, and but it doesn't really give you any more support to your frame just because it's so floppy. What it does is your corners and then your tie-offs. I just need this thing stable enough. I might put a support beam going across right here. That'll help seal that frame up a little bit. We'll see how it acts after I get the bows woven into it. But this here is just to have something to attach the bows to. It does help support your bottom log a little bit. I made that bottom log a heavier diameter, so whenever it drops, it don't swing back and forth. It's got some weight to it to hold down. I think that'll do all right. So I'm gonna go there. I go a pretty good distance. I never take the bows off of the trees closest to my camp. I use those as windbreaks. So I'm gonna head over by the creek there a ways and grab some bows, bring them back here, and then get those woven into that door. Once I get this door done, the shelter is a fully secured tank. Like nothing will be able to get in there at all as far as weather is concerned. So the door was the last step. I got the bed made on the inside, got the heating system all put into the ground, and we'll get to that whenever I do my winter overnighters. But right now it's just the last piece really is that door, and then maybe adjusting the flap up top where the chimney's at. But man, that shelter is a tank. It's like a bird or a squirrel's nest for humans. That's what I was thinking, because I got these 2 squirrels in my backyard. They're making these really big, thick, heavy nests this year, which is a warning sign to me that we might have a hard winter. And then I look at this thing, and it's just like one of them big ass fucking nests. The only difference is this one's sitting on the ground. So if you didn't know, this is a hyper shelter. Well, it's a I call it a hyper shelter because I'll show you real quick if we can look at it here on the inside a bit. Take this one over here and set it down. It's your standard wickiup type debris shelter. The outer shell is primarily heavy wood and debris, as you can see. I mean, that's some pretty heavy wood. It's not just a pile of leaves or boughs. But on the inside here, I don't know how we're going to be able to see it on the iPhone. It's got a poly liner on the inside. So poly liner, and then all of that debris on the outside, and then got the bed tucked all the way in the back, and on both sides of the back where the bedding is at, that's like extra heavy on the material on the outside, because that's going to be the sleeping area, and this back wall is your primary heat reflector from the fire being here in the center. It's going to bounce off that back wall, so I wanted that back wall extra thick. I do have some condensation on the inside here, but I ain't worried about that. Once I get a fire going in here, that condensation ain't gonna matter. It'll just burn off. And then of course we got the windbreak here on the outside. That just stops that primary wind and a lot of the snow from hitting the shelter itself. It's a perfect, the design of this camp and the design of that wiki up is, it's just brutish. I'm trying to get away from that damn sun glare. The sun's just at that certain point, that time of day. And of course, my shelter faces north. This is the south ridge behind me, and the sun is like right in my eyes right now. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I'll set you guys over here so you have a little bit better view while I go grab those bows and the fireplace. The fireplace is, it's right there at the center of the wiki up. And then we got another fire set up off to the side of the bedding area that I will show you guys a little bit later. That's reserve heating. So there we go. I'm gonna let you guys stream here for a minute. I'm actually gonna have to start filming the episode, and I want to do that while I'm putting some of this door together, so you guys can hang out here backstage while I do a little bit of that and hang out. Like I said, if you could please tweet this out and share it on Facebook, let everybody know while you're out and about. But I gotta go grab some supplies for the front door. I'll be back in a minute. I just need me a Y stick to put up there to prop it up with. They're gonna check this out. Work in progress here live on Huntsman. Now I'm gonna have to have 2 Y sticks to prop that up proper, but there's the gist of it. If I can turn around to a good fucking angle here, now it's gonna look a lot better, obviously, once I get the bows woven into there, but we got ourselves a front porch on the wiki up. There we go. 2 Y sticks on each side would prop that up pretty good. I could actually sit outside of the wiki up and probably not get wet, so that's a pretty good deal, right? And all it cost us was $1.50 for the poly twine. Back up over here. Switch the angle a little bit. Get a little bit different perspective. Now I want to stretch and work the cordage that I put at the top of this thing. Make sure that it's all stretched out and good to go. But that ain't a bad deal at all, I don't think. I'll go ahead and get these some of these bows woven in there and see what she looks like. You guys realize that I have yet to start actually filming this next week's episode, right? And I'm not too sure what time it is, but I know I need a drink. $2:13. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on the filming. It gets dark here around 5 this time of year. So I think we'll go ahead and leave these in there. Then I'll put something together for the episode. It might be a short episode. We're streaming for 70 minutes already, right here. Now see, I'm getting unorganized. I'm just throwing shit in and out of my backpack, which I don't normally do. Front door on the wiki up. Can't be letting the draft come through. Nice and heavy. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get some 2 pretty heavy duty Y sticks that I can sharpen on one end so they can stick down in the ground to use as the props. But I like it. Let's start weaving these fuckers in here and see what we get. Now I want these all laying downward. Yep, killer door, I'm hoping so. I want all of these laying downward, and on the inside of the door I want them all facing up. On the outside down, because this is the rain guard. You want them all the needles flowing downward. On the inside you want to go up. So I'm going to start all the way down at the bottom, and I'm just going to run that up through here, and that's why I left all of that slack in there. See how it tightens up just like that? Very pliable. And there, right there on the first one, you can see how that bow just kind of squeezed together and tightened up. That's what you want. So you're using less material to build your door with. You don't need it all spread out like that. And it makes it nice, tight, compact. It gives you more structural integrity to your door. So that is why I put the poly twine in there and I left it loose, just because it catches the bows themselves and it just squeezes them up and tightens them up into one panel basically. That's why you do it like that. This little shit can save it for Pat, but I have to have a good start to get started with going up there. And again, I'm trying to use minimal amount of live material. I don't like taking and using too much live material if I don't have to. But for something like this, I made one trip around the tree, grabbed whatever was the lowest hanging, and you know, that's it. I didn't have to cut down the whole damn tree just to build a shelter. Keep going straight up, fill in all that space, and then and keep weaving it. The more you weave it in and around those lines, the better it'll be. It'll keep them from sliding down. Do the inside like that, and then you will want some going across too. Okay. Alright guys, hold up. I don't know if you caught that. I noticed that my battery is at 20%, so what I'm going to be doing here real quick while we got time and we can keep streaming is I'm going to go ahead and use the new backpack. I'm going to plug the phone into the new backpack and see if it keeps our charge going so we can keep live streaming. Alright, there we go. Now this is my regular iPhone cord, but like I said, I'm testing out this backpack today. This is the total pack. The description was at the beginning of the live stream, and the total pack comes with a USB charger. So I'm going to plug my phone into the USB charger now and see if it will charge my phone while we're live streaming here in the backwoods, and we can keep on going. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to give the thing a bad review. Alright, so make sure our power's on here. We should be good. Let me just check real quick, guys. It's charging off of... Alright, so the iPhone is charging off of the backpack. Yay, we get to keep going. My battery dropped down to 20%. I plugged it into the Total Pack backpack, and it's charging while I'm streaming in the backwoods. Cool, huh? Let's get back to building this damn door. Ugh. When I get to the top, I can have those sticking out a little bit on that top beam, but I'm gonna have to cut them off, or it's gonna catch whenever I raise the door up. Tear my damn door up. Can't have that. I put too much money into this door. Some good integrity in there. Hold it tight. Lock it down. A little bit higher. Hold it tight. Lock it down. That's it. Over and over and over again until you get yourself a door. It really ain't no more complicated than that. This one's long enough to go from the bottom. some good integrity. Get it running up through the center of those cords. Bring it on out. Up and tight. Tuck it in. That's it. Nothing complicated about it. I said this is just the front door. This is just to stop drafts from coming in. You know, a little bit of rain, even though, you know, you could be all the way in the back of the shelter. You're a few feet back there. You really ain't got to worry about rain too much, but it will stop a lot of the cold that's about to come through. Now when I get to the top, you see how I pulled that through and fluffed it out a little bit? I'm going to be doing that all the way around the frame. So on the sides, they kind of overhang onto the shoulder. I'll show you that one more time. So when I get to the side, all the way to the edge, and I'm running right up along the framing itself, I'll pull it up through, and instead of leaving it tight like I was in the middle, I'll take these outer limbs and just pull them up. One, they hang up on your cordage, which keeps them from sliding down, and two, you're insulating the frame itself. That wood frame where a draft could get through there, you're kind of cutting off that draft area, just like you would if you were using foam, that expandable foam on your front door. That's what you're doing, is just sealing in your framing a little bit to keep the draft from coming through there. And then back in the middle, I keep them tight. On the edge, pop them out. Get up here to the top a little bit. Work that in. And this top portion's a little more tricky because you got to weave it through at kind of an angle, just so you have enough distance to pull it through and fill in that space there at the top. These limbs here, this is so pliable, we could probably just tuck them back in and just arch them over. As long as they're arched over the cordage where they're kind of hooking around it, it's all good. Just weave all of that material right back into it. Boost it up a little bit there. Here's some more. And then we got our last few branches from our first trip. But like I said, this was just one trip around the tree to build this door. I didn't have to go harvest a shit ton. You guys see how this expanded and collapsed, you know, how it all came together. So I just take the little tiny twigs, waste not, want not, even that helps, and put that in to fill in the holes. Use the tiny stuff to fill in the holes, the big stuff to put your good weave together. Let's see, where can I stick that a bit? Right in there. Down here. Hold it up a bit. And there it is, guys. I mean, you see me closing the front door right here, right now. One trip around the tree, and it only took us a few minutes, for real. I'll step back here real quick, and we'll prop it back up and see what she looks like after we raise her back up. She's going to have a little bit more weight to her, so I don't know if my one stick is going to be enough to hold her up, but we'll try it. Oh, see, stay away. Gotta grab it in the middle. There, I already had a problem. What happened? Well, that came out of the inside. It was propped up like right in here. Alright, guys. How's that for a live show? We got us a fucking door slash front porch on the wiki up. Now I still got to do the inside weaving. I got cordage in there. As long as I can see cordage, I'll be weaving limbs into that thing. But yeah, not a bad deal. So now we got a hyper shelter, not a super shelter like, you know, little Joey's building. We got us a hyper shelter, which is a tank of a wiki up with a poly liner on the inside. Now it's got a front door that raises up into a front porch with a windbreak. And I think I'll go ahead and mount my deer bones right there on the front door, kind of like, you know, you see the lion or the door knocker. Mine's going to be deer bones. I think that'll be a good deal. And if I keep coming out here drinking these, I'm going to have me a Budweiser wind chime hanging up in the tree. Not bad. So I got to make one more trip. I figure, hey, Pam, sweetheart, I'm so glad you made it. Let everybody know that we're here and we're having us a good old time. We're fixing up the next week's episode. But the live stream is going really long. I ain't even started filming the episode yet. We went ahead and built this front porch door on here, right here on the live stream. So the live streams are getting better than the actual show. Hey guys, while we're here, and I'm just sitting down here smoking a pipe real quick, I want to give a shout out to this upstart channel. It's called Silent Wolf Adventures. If you guys could check out Silent Wolf Adventures, whenever I go ahead and put the metadata into this live feed, I'll put a link in with it, and I'll put a link in this week's episode. Silent Wolf Adventures. He's been around for maybe a couple months, I think. I checked out some of his videos. He is brand new to YouTube. I think he's got less than 70 subscribers. He reached out to me on Facebook. Me and him's in a mutual Facebook group together. He reached out to me, sent me a private message, told me to check out his channel and see if I could give him some tips on what he's doing wrong. Well, you know, he's doing the basic stuff wrong, like not filling in your metadata and not maxing out tags so nobody could find his channel. I told him I'd give him a shout out and see if we could get some outdoor lovers over there to show him some love and support while he's trying to figure out YouTube for the very first time. And you guys all remember what that was like, right? You know, trying to learn the ropes and all of that shit. And back when we all had, you know, just a handful of subscribers and we really didn't know who they were because they weren't really talking to us. That's where that guy's at right now. So Silent Wolf Adventures, go ahead and check him out, and I will put a link down in the description of this live video so you can go check his channel out if you can't find it. And then there'll be another link in this next Friday's episode. See if we can help that guy out, get him growing a little bit. He does put out some good content, but you know, he's new to YouTube. He just doesn't know the tips and tricks just yet, but he's gonna figure it out. He'll be just fine. And we have an awesome community around us who loves to support each other no matter what we do or say. I think some of the people on my channel could go check him out and show him some support and maybe even give him a few tips. You never know. That might be the guy that just, you know, puts out that video that gets over and that's it. Anyway, I got to run back over here to the store and grab the branches for the inside of the front porch. So I'll be back in a few minutes. You guys just sort of hang out and I'll be right with you. How long did that take? Less than a minute. Gather up all the material I need to put on the inside of this thing. Good deal. Oh, I'm having fun out here today. Bowling tournament. I've been in a few bowling tournaments, nomadic bike. I used to bowl when I was in high school. Yeah, nice breeze we got here. Is it fucking with the audio any? I could always move you guys to a quieter spot. Go ahead and get these woven onto the inside of the front porch here. Now these I want going in the opposite direction of those. So those are going up, I want these going down. Nice overlap. I'm actually weaving the side branches into the branches that I put in before, so it's all going to be nice and tight. Well, I knew that one branch wasn't going to be enough. Stay up there, you bastard. Yeah, she's getting a lot more weight to her now. We're going to need another Y stick. Definitely going to have to cut that off some. There we go. There we go. Improvise. Gotta improvise. She's just getting heavier. She's getting a little wobbly. The reason I'm weaving this in while it's up is I can see sunlight through it. If I can see sunlight through it, I know where I need to put the branches a little heavier. Woo! I like it. Leave that all together nice and tight. Boom. Still got some extra. Let's see what we can do with it. Crisscross there. I think we're good, guys. I think we are good. Locks right into place. Maybe a few little tweaks here and there. The paracord's definitely stretching on the one side. Tighten it down a bit. Right into that frame, make sure they're all tucked in there nice and tight. Kind of like decorating a Christmas tree. Alright, so I'll sit down here and read some comments. What do you guys think about the front door? We did that all right here live. What's going on, you son of a bitch? It's about time you showed up. I've been waiting out here for you all fucking day. I already went through my fucking beer and everything. Gotta get me a new one. Budget, did you just show up? Like a fucking woman and you're fucking late to everything? Just got your ass out of bed. You didn't have no problem staying up all night last night. What I did here on the live stream was I built the front door to the wiki up, and it raises up into the front porch. So we did all that right here on the live stream. I was going to do it for this next week's video, but why not do it live? Yeah, so we got us a front porch now. The only thing that's missing is that Huntsman's edge. So what we're going to do here, if I can find my poly. Where I lay it. I ought to put it back in here. Bag saying no I didn't. Huh. Well, shit. Can't be too far. Oh, there it is. Right behind the camera there. So, we gotta get this sumbitch to Huntsman's edge. Which means we don't have a front door without a little deer bone on it. the white stick go? One more time. And there we go. Yep, now it's complete. Not bad, huh? Oh. Damn, I think that's the first time my live stream went over 100. Yours would have holes in it? Pam, I'm sure you could do a good job at this thing, sweetheart. Easy as fuck to do, for real. Nothing to it. I think she looks pretty good. I think I could be pretty comfortable in there in the wintertime. We're gonna find out. I'm just having that moment of zen after a job well done, you know? Anyway, guys, if you look at the start of the live stream, I'm out here testing this equipment called Total. I'll have a link down in the description of the live video after I get home. What I'm doing with this Total Pack is I'm testing this out, and I'm actually running the live stream off of the backpack. That's what this pack is designed for. So I can take all of the gear that I have in my normal backwoods backpack, I can put it into this bag, and I have the tech that goes with it. So I can live stream from deeper in the woods, and I can live stream for longer. So that's what I'm doing out here today. I will be filming, I'm supposed to be filming this Friday's episode today, and I'm running out of daylight. And if I don't get that episode filmed, I'm going to be in trouble, because I ain't got nothing to put out on Friday, and I don't want to have to come out after work to film an episode, because then it's going to feel rushed. And I don't want to miss a week. So I'm probably going to be wrapping this live stream up. The quality of the bag itself is actually really good. This is ripstop, and man, it's just, I mean, I don't know how well you can make it out. I don't think you can make it out on the iPhone, but you'll be able to make it out on the camera. This is diamond woven. It looks like rattlesnake skin almost. It's ripstop nylon, but it's diamond stitched all the way through, and it's like micro diamonds, these tiny little diamonds, so that thing's not going to rip at all. Heavy duty straps. The straps will hold up to 200 pounds. We got 11 pockets on the inside. You know, of course, I got the charging battery that's in the inside pocket, waterproof. The thing is just, it's a beast for such a flimsy feeling pack whenever you don't have nothing in it. But like I said, I could take my normal backpack over there, which has all of my filming gear in it, all of my battery packs, everything, and put it in this little lightweight backpack. And this backpack, if I'm not using the backpack itself, folds down to the size of a canteen. So I could always have this thrown into that backpack just as a backup, you know, or if I'm out and I'm doing a 3 or 4 day stay and I need a bag to go out and scavenge to gather stuff up. This would be the bag that you know, you could just pull out of your regular pack and take with you to go find food or whatever it is you're doing. Just lightweight, so you could have that thing sitting at your camp, and if you want to travel fast and light, maybe even take a snack if you're out on a scouting or you're going hunting or you're going fishing or whatever, just pull this out, put the few items that you need for your afternoon in this thing, and you got the tech to go with it, so you can recharge your shit while you're out. I mean, it's just a good deal, and for 20 bucks you can't beat it. I know everybody's all about brand name shit and buying the name that goes with the bag, but Total Pack is actually a good backpack so far. And like I said, I'm out here in the backwoods right now, miles away from any cell tower, and I'm charging my iPhone off of my backpack while I'm live streaming on YouTube. That's insane. I never thought I'd be doing that, but I ran across this backpack and I was like, well, let's go ahead and try it out. I'm really not out nothing, you know, because it's just not that expensive of a pack. But right here we are, live, building a fucking door on the wiki up, charging my iPhone off of my backpack. So, like I said, guys, I'm going to be running out of daylight soon, and I need to film something to put out for you guys for next week's episode. My something that was going to be in the episode was building that damn door and just hanging out here at camp for the day. But I think that I could come up with a little something extra to throw in for next week's episode, just sort of chill out here a little bit and drink a few beers over there by the creek or something. I don't know. I really don't know what I got coming up for this next episode. Something will come to mind. Friday is a long ways away, and I have had a busy couple weeks here on the channel, you know, throwing out content. I still have like 2 hours of trail cam footage in my pocket right now that I gotta get home and get sorted out. Yeah, I appreciate you, you son of a bitch. I'm glad you got to come in and see this thing happen live. It was a pretty cool deal coming out and doing a build like that live. And you guys got a few of those tips in there as far as building your door, you know, as weaving it in. Again, just cheap ass $1 roll of poly twine to get that crisscross weaving in there, and then the rest of it you just pull and they shrink up and tighten, pull, they shrink up and tighten, and that's all you're doing. That's it. Run a cross beam across there, maybe give it a little more structural integrity in case the wind hits it directly from the north, which I don't think it should, because there's ridges and valleys and shit. Yeah, I think she's looking pretty good, and now we got a front porch on it, which is even better. But while I was doing all this shit, I think the one limb that broke, I might be able to use this. I don't know, there's something behind it. One more time. Definitely got enough weight on it to have two on each side. Not a bad deal. Now as those hemlock boughs dry up, they're going to get a little bit tighter and a little bit stiffer. They won't be drooping so much, but as I put it up and down like that, up and down, I'm going to have to keep tightening it up until it's fully formed. And that line stretches out a little bit, you know, you work with it. Everything like this is like a living shelter. Everything like this is work in progress all the time. It's never complete. There's always something you could add to it, always something that you can make better, and that's the great part about it. And it helps you learn to adapt to your environment, you know, and what's happening around you. You can't depend even on a shelter like this. They take work every time you come out. You got to patch it up. Man, she is a beast. To wrap this live stream up, and the reason I got to wrap the live stream up is I got to let the iPhone charge long enough to get the GoPro that's mounted up there on the tree streaming to the iPhone, so I can record from the treetop, and I can record on my regular camera this next week's episode. We have gone for 111 minutes so far, so the total pack, the first test as far as will this charge my iPhone battery while I'm out in the woods live streaming on YouTube, yes it will. I will give a more detailed breakdown of this backpack, and I'll use my main camera to do it so you can see some of the details to it. I'll actually fill the thing up so it don't look like just a floppy bag, but that's what it is right there. You guys can go ahead and look it up. Total pack, USB charger port sewn right into it, and that's what we're running this live stream off of today. So that was a test. I think this long of a live stream was a pretty good test. Normally I can stream for about an hour on average before my iPhone battery goes dead. And with this backpack along with me, I can stream 5 times longer than that. And if I upgrade the battery, I can go 6 to 8 times longer than that. So I can be out here in the middle of nowhere. As long as I have this total backpack with me, I can keep streaming and keep charging all of my gear. I can actually charge 2 devices off of this at the same time, so it's a really good deal if you are a YouTuber out in the woods filming and you always have problems with your battery life or anything like that. Definitely get your hands on one of these backpacks and upgrade that sumbitch to where you can do what I'm doing right now and have fun doing it and not get stressed out over your battery life. Keep everything together here. I do appreciate everybody that stopped by for the live stream and to hang out with me while we built the front porch on the wiki up. I think it was a pretty cool deal. I don't know if you're going to see this kind of live stream from any other channel, but if the trend keeps holding, they're going to start live streaming more often just because they see the rest of us doing it. And that's great. Actually went in to Cold Cracker's got a new live stream he just started up. And guess what Cold Cracker is doing in his bushcrafting live streams? It's bushcrafting in beer. Imagine that. So, yeah, Bushcraft, Cold Cracker Bushcraft started doing live streams talking about bushcraft while drinking beer. Very original idea. I don't know where he got it from, but it was a cool time going over there and seeing that sumbitch doing a live stream while drinking a beer. I think he's doing it from his garage though. He ain't doing it from the woods. We'll see if we can get him up to, you know, doing it out in the woods. My beer is always good in the morning. Alright guys, like I said, I think we streamed long enough on the total pack to prove that it will charge your iPhone while you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. and we'll keep charging, and you can keep streaming, and you can keep doing this thing forever. I could probably keep doing this thing forever, but I need to get refocused here and get this next Friday's episode filmed. So we got to wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming by. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this different kind of live stream. We're not walking through the woods or anything like that. We did a little bit of a walk whenever I was just whenever I was coming up to camp. But my goal was to get that damn front porch put on the wiki up today. We got that done. That's a good deal. I'm gonna start running out of daylight though, so I got to get something filmed for this next week. Again, appreciate y'all for stopping by. Take care. Be safe out there. And I will see, if I don't see you before then, which I probably will, I'll either see y'all in a live chat somewhere, or I do have a pocket full of trail cam footage I'll be putting out throughout this next week. And maybe we'll film something from the truck on the ride home from work, because that went over real well. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll get to filming this next Friday's episode if I do not see you before Friday. Wish you all have a great week. Take it easy. Love you, Pam. And I'll see you guys later, alright?